When National Geographic Explorer at Large, Dr. Robert Ballard, discovered the wreck of the RMS Titanic in 1985, he opened a new chapter in a page-turner we haven't been able to put down for over 100 years.
Experts recently used secret technology to map a giant ship on the ocean floor, creating a digital twin that looks exactly like the real thing. While the grand staircase is gone and the dining halls have fallen apart, deep inside the first-class section, one single cabin door has stayed shut for over 100 years. A brand new underwater drone just managed to look inside, and what it found has shocked everyone from scientists to historians. It was not just old furniture or lost bags, it was something impossible resting in the dark, and get this, it is changing everything. Impossible cabin discovery revealed. The grand staircase is gone. The dining halls have collapsed. But deep within the first-class section, a single cabin door remains shut for over a century. A new underwater drone just managed to peer inside. What it found has shocked everyone from marine biologists to historians. It was not just preserved furniture or forgotten luggage. It was something else. Something impossible that rests in the dark. The footage is rewriting what we know about the deep sea and the world's most famous shipwreck. The tomb is opened. The most shocking fact is the level of preservation in certain areas. As the drone navigated the tight, claustrophobic corridors, its powerful lights illuminated scenes that defied belief. In one section of the first-class promenade, a row of deck chairs lay toppled over, coated in a century of silt, but otherwise eerily intact. But what many overlooked in initial reports was the smaller, more personal details. The camera panned over a pair of leather shoes resting side by side on the seabed floor inside a cabin as if their owner had just taken them off. Nearby, a porcelain doll with a haunting vacant stare sat propped against a pile of debris, its once white dress now a ghostly gray. The drone then ascended toward the area where the legendary grand staircase once stood. Of course, the magnificent wooden structure is long gone, consumed by microbes over the decades. What remains is a gaping cavernous void, a dark wound in the heart of the ship. But as the drone's lights scanned the edges of this chasm, they caught something glinting. Fragments of the ornate iron railings twisted and bent, but still recognizable. The sight was a powerful reminder of the ship's former glory, a stark contrast to its current state of ruin. To put it mildly, it was a deeply emotional moment for everyone watching. But the truly jaw-dropping discovery came when the drone ventured into a previously unexplored section of the ship. Squeezing through a collapsed doorway, it entered what appeared to be a steward's pantry. Here, things were different. Stacks of plates were still sitting on shelves, held in place by fallen debris. A rack of wine bottles, many of them unbroken, lay half buried in the silt. It was as if time had stopped. The water here was so cold and oxygen poor that decay had slowed to a crawl. But then the camera focused on something that made everyone lean closer to their screens. Pinned beneath a fallen cabinet was what looked like a leather-bound journal. Even from the drone's camera, the team could see that it was sealed shut, its contents a complete mystery. An object like this surviving for over 100 years in these conditions is practically unheard of. What secrets could it hold? The thing nobody tells you is just how dangerous this exploration is. Every move the drone makes is a calculated risk. A wrong turn could snag its fiber optic tether on a jagged piece of metal, trapping it forever. Stirring up too much sediment could create a blinding cloud, leaving the pilot flying blind in a maze of rusted steel. The team had to navigate through this underwater graveyard with the precision of a surgeon, knowing that the wreck is incredibly fragile. Parts of the ceiling and walls could collapse at any moment. You can see this tension everywhere in the footage and the slow, deliberate movements of the drone. It is a dance between cutting-edge technology and a century-old tomb. The first part of the mission was a success, but it left the team with more questions than answers. The impossible preservation, the mysterious journal. It was all just the beginning. The crazy part is that none of this would be possible without the most advanced robot ever built for the ocean. Ultimate underwater explorer reaches shipwreck. So, how did a machine manage to go where no human ever could? You see, the drone that explored the ship isn't your average remote-controlled toy. It is a marvel of engineering built to withstand one of the most hostile environments on our planet. Many people are crazy about drone technology, but this is on a whole other level. The wreck lies at a depth of about 12,500 feet. At that depth, the water pressure is over 6,000 pounds per square inch. That is like having 3 pickup trucks stacked on every inch of your body. Ordinary materials would be crushed into a pancake instantly. Because of this, the drone's body is forged from a specialized titanium alloy, the same kind of stuff used in deep-sea military submersibles and spacecraft. It is designed to be both incredibly strong and surprisingly lightweight. The camera itself is housed behind a lens made of synthetic sapphire, several inches thick, capable of resisting the immense pressure without distorting the images. What many overlooked is the complexity of its power and communication system. The drone is connected to the surface ship by a tether that is miles long. This isn't just a simple cable. It is a bundle of fiber optic wires that transmit high-definition video in real time and carry power down to the drone's motors and lights. And light is absolutely crucial. At this depth, the ocean is a realm of eternal darkness. The drone is equipped with an array of advanced light panels that can cast a beam of pure white light over 100 feet, cutting through the murky abyss. But not all things are what they seem when it comes to underwater lighting. If the lights are too bright or aimed incorrectly, they can cause marine snow, the tiny particles of organic debris floating in the water, to light up. This creates a blizzard effect that completely blinds the camera. The pilots have to constantly adjust the intensity and angle to get a clear shot. It is a process that is more art than science. Maneuvering inside a crumbling shipwreck is, to put it mildly, a nightmare. The ship is a twisted maze of collapsed decks, hanging wires, and sharp, rusty metal. To navigate this, the drone uses a system of 12 thrusters. Unlike a normal drone with 4 rotors, these thrusters are positioned all around its body. This allows it to move in any direction, up, down, sideways, forward, backward, and even rotate on a single point with pinpoint accuracy. The pilots on the surface control it using a setup that looks like something out of a science fiction movie with joysticks, monitors showing multiple camera angles, and sensor readouts. The most shocking fact, however, might be the artificial intelligence co-pilot. While human pilots are in control, an advanced system runs in the background. This system uses sonar sensors to constantly map the drone's immediate surroundings in 3 dimensions. If the pilot gets too close to a wall or a piece of debris, the robot will automatically fire the thrusters to prevent a collision. It acts as a safety net, an extra set of eyes that can react faster than any human. This technology is what makes it possible to fly through hallways that are barely wider than the drone itself. It is the secret sauce that allows for such an intimate exploration of the wreck. This isn't just a camera, it is a sentient explorer, a robotic ghost sent to wander the halls. But here is the catch. While the drone looks at the past, it is actually revealing a very scary future for the ship. Complete digital map solves mystery. For decades, our understanding of the wreck was based on external photographs and sonar scans. We had a good map of the outside, but the inside was a black box, a puzzle we could only guess at. The thing nobody tells you is that this new drone footage is doing more than just showing us spooky pictures. It is allowing scientists to create the first ever comprehensive 3-dimensional map of the ship's interior. This is a complete game changer. Using a technique called photogrammetry, computers analyze thousands of high-definition images from the drone. They measure distances and angles to build a perfect virtual model of the wreck. This digital twin is revealing some stunning secrets about the ship's final moments and its century-long decay. For example, the popular theory has always been that the ship broke cleanly into 2 main pieces. However, the new interior map suggests the breakup was far messier. The drone footage from deep within the stern section shows massive structural failures and tearing patterns. These indicate the ship was twisted and ripped apart with unimaginable force. What many overlooked before were the internal stresses. This new data is allowing engineers to create new simulations of the sinking. This gives us a much more accurate and frankly more violent picture of how the ship met its end. You can see this everywhere in the new model. Rooms that were thought to be completely destroyed are partially intact. Meanwhile, other areas believed to be stable are on the verge of total collapse. One of the most shocking facts to emerge is the rate of decay. By comparing the new maps to older surveys, scientists have discovered that the wreck is deteriorating much faster than previously thought. The iconic captain's bathtub, a famous feature from earlier dives, is now gone because it fell through the floor. The main mast has crumbled. Entire sections of the deck are peeling away like old paint. The culprit is a type of iron-eating bacteria that is creating massive icicle-like formations of rust. These are nicknamed rusticles, and they are slowly consuming the ship's steel hull. This three-dimensional map is also helping to solve some lingering mysteries. Remember that sealed journal found in the pantry? Using the digital model, researchers can study the room where it was found without physically touching it. They can analyze the debris field, figure out how the cabinet fell, and plan a potential future mission to get it with very little risk. It is like a virtual archaeological dig. To put it mildly, this technology allows for a level of planning and precision that was impossible just a few years ago. But not all things are what they seem. The mapping has also uncovered anomalies, features that just do not make sense. In one of the cargo holds, the drone detected a large, unusually shaped object that does not match anything on the ship's blueprints. It is covered in mud, and its true form is a mystery. Is it a piece of machinery that broke loose, or is it something else? This discovery has started a firestorm of rumors. The new map is a great tool, but it is also a treasure map pointing to new questions. Yeah, about that, the more we see inside the ship, the more we have to wonder if we should even be there at all. Deep Sea Cemetery Honor debated. Exploring the ship is not like exploring ancient ruins on land. You see, this is a gravesite. More than 1,500 men, women, and children lost their lives when the ship went down. For over a century, their final resting place has been guarded by the deep ocean. The drone's journey inside the wreck has brought back incredible knowledge, but it also raises big ethical questions. How do we balance our search for discovery with respect for those who stayed behind? This is a debate that has surrounded the ship since it was found, but the new footage has made it more urgent than ever. The team behind the mission was very aware of this. The thing nobody tells you is the emotional weight carried by these explorers. Many of them described feeling like they were trespassing in a sacred place. Before the mission, they talked with historians, archaeologists, and even family members of survivors. The agreement was that the mission should be done with the most respect. This meant the wreck would be treated as a memorial, not just a science project. This led to very strict rules. The drone was not allowed to touch anything. It was programmed to stay a safe distance from any place where people might have rested. What many overlooked is the public's reaction. While most people have been fascinated by the new footage, some find it very upsetting. For families of the victims, seeing images of personal items like a suitcase, a pair of shoes, or a child's toy can be a painful reminder. They are torn between wanting to see more and feeling that this place should be left alone in peace. There is no easy answer, and you can see this division everywhere online. One of the most shocking facts is that the wreck is not protected like a normal cemetery. It is in international waters. This has led to a long history of people taking things, tourism, and exploration. While some groups want to keep the site as a memorial, others want to bring up objects from museums. This new drone footage shows how fast the ship is rotting away, and that has made the argument even stronger. Some say we must save important things like the mysterious journal before they are lost forever. Others believe that the ship and everything inside it should be allowed to return to nature without anyone bothering it. To put it mildly, the team faced a hard choice with every new image. What do you do when you find something as personal as a locket or as haunting as that doll? The decision was made to share the footage in a way that tells the human story and the scale of the tragedy. It is a way of turning the exploration into an act of remembering. But not all things are what they seem. The line between respectful recording and being nosy is very thin. If we retrieve the passenger's journal, are we saving history or stealing from a grave? Tell us what you think below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more mysteries.